Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. It's been a while. It has. I know. I'm sorry, guys. Oh boy. I'm going to explain why my videos have as much consistency as rice pudding. So basically, for the last 4 weeks, I was kind of on holiday, and I came back to making content about it a week ago, and there's a lot to really dive into, and I want to use this video to kind of explain not only what's going on in my life, not only what's going on in my professional career, but just a general update as to where things are. So the first main thing was that I took a holiday, and over that holiday, I decided, you know what, I've been working my socks off, I'm not going to make any content. This holiday is for me, it's for me to relax and for me to take time to myself, because as any content creator knows, it's very important to look after yourself. And if you have a holiday and you're still technically working because you're doing other things related to your stream, then, you know, it's not really a holiday, is it? For that entire 5 weeks, I spent myself nerding out in games, I drew a lot, I just relaxed, I completely disconnected myself from most things related to streaming, and I feel great for it. I had an amazing time. But I also used the 5 weeks as a way for me to get my head around certain things related to my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel has been a constant source of a headache for me. Ever since we stopped making Warframe guides, I haven't really had a clear goal in terms of what I want to achieve with this channel. So for the most part, before my holiday started, I was uploading daily clips from the stream, random skits that we were making, and that was fantastic. I loved doing that. The only problem is, because I have artwork and Twitch to do at the same time, I just didn't have the time, and it wasn't decent for my mental state. Having to upload 1, maybe 2 videos a day, and doing that consistently, it just wasn't manageable. It wasn't. And kind of the way I'm planning on going with things now, and I'll talk more about this in a little bit, is I want to do what's right for me, and I want to do what represents the community the best. So, in a nutshell, we are going to be taking a slightly different path with our YouTube content, but I have every intention to making what we upload meaningful. So rather than uploading a video a day of just random bollocks, I want to upload things that will be interesting to you, things that will be complementary to the community. So before we start talking about the future of the channel and the content that we produce, I want to have a quick little catch up with where I'm at the moment. For those who may have been, well, not hiding under a rock, I'm transgendered. I posted a video quite recently about me coming out to the community and finally being able to openly say to the world, I am a transgendered woman. And I think it might be nice just to have a quick moment to talk about this. So for the longest time, I've actually been transgendered. There's a very long story that goes behind this. And without boring your socks off, I talk about this quite frequently on my stream. So if you want the big story of it, come by my stream and I'll happily elaborate. But in short, I was living my life as a lie. For the longest of time, I was streaming and making content to the kind of personality and persona that I felt like I needed to for the sake of being a streamer. When I first started streaming all those years ago, I did so under the pretense that, oh, look at all these other streamers. Look at them. They're big and boisterous and they're being loud and such. That combined with a lot of my social issues that were going on and a lot of the way my life has led over the last few years, I basically just filled a role of the way I felt I needed to be. And there were many different things that kind of culminated in my realization that I was trans. And there were a few things that did that. One, my fiancé complimented my butt. There's some context to that, I promise. But the conversation that led from that kind of had a reminiscence that kind of permeated through my life over the next few months. And it was at that sort of point that I had this epiphany that the times that I had been the happiest was when I was youngest and had been embracing my femininity. And although my voice may not represent it and might still sound quite gruff and manly, I have been doing my darndest to embrace my inner feminine side. And when I look back at it, I realized that I'd been transgendered since I was 8. The time in my life that I'd always been the happiest was when I had embraced that side of myself. And the more I tried to push myself down into a masculine role, the worse I felt in myself. You look at some of the videos, I'm gonna have some pictures up on the screen in a moment just to kind of show the transitions that I've made. You look at pictures of me from 2-3 years ago when I was living in Ireland to about a year ago when I moved back to England, when I was really butching up. I became a massive himbo. But the more I did that to try and please other people, the more manly I became because that's what I thought other people wanted, the less happy I became in myself. And in the last 4 or 5 months since I've embraced myself more, I've been happier now in the last 6 months more than I have in the last 6 years, 10 years, 12 years, 13 years. So that's where I'm at right now. And although I'm not completely there, I haven't started hormones yet, although, to be fair, by the time this video goes up, I actually might have. In the current state that I am, I'll be starting hormones in the near future, and I am in the process of teaching my voice. It may not sound great, but it's getting there. It's distinctively better than distinctively better than what this was originally. I know some people may like this voice, and some people may miss this voice. It'll still be there, and it'll still be a thing, but this voice was not my own. This was the voice I put on for the sake of being a streamer. And you know what? I'm not ashamed of this voice. This was a voice that carried me through my early stages of streaming. And it may seem a bit disjointed with this body and this voice, but this is not me. I want this to be utmost clear. Me being transgendered does not change who I am. I am still the same person you've always come to know. I'm just a better me. And I'm the more honest me now. I'm more honest with myself than I've ever been, and I hope you can share me in that journey. And once again, if you want more information on this, if you want to kind of know where I'm at with this kind of jazz, I'll be happily transparent with it on my Twitter and my Twitch side of things. So, the most important, probably most relevant thing to your knowledge is my content. My YouTube has had as much consistency as rice pudding, as I mentioned earlier, and I can only apologize for that. There are many different reasons as to why, most notably because YouTube for me has always been a secondary thing. I work a lot every day. Like, I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, I do artwork, I stream, and then I do admin work. Trying to fit YouTube in is a constant battle of trying to have enough time to do so. And uploading a video every single day, although that was manageable, the substance of the content being uploaded didn't feel like it was organic enough. It didn't feel like it was worth uploading. So my plan for YouTube, as of right now, is I want to make content that reflects the community. Honestly, I don't care if this content doesn't become viral. The content I want on my YouTube is something that might draw in more people. You know, it might increase discoverability, but discoverability is always going to be a secondary thing for my YouTube. My YouTube, in my own mind, is something that I want to use to give you an archive and recaps of what we've been doing in our stream. So what I'm going to be doing is, starting as of July, I will be restructuring the way my YouTube works. In that sense, we will still occasionally upload a clip or two. And what I will do with that is the person who clips the funniest thing, so basically a clip of the month, as it were, or a clip of the week. Every week, there will be 1, maybe 2 clips that I personally really liked from the stream, and those will be uploaded in a separate format in themselves to honor and to commemorate the person who clipped them, as a way to say thank you for the engagement within the community. The person who clips that will be recognized in the description, and it'll be a credited thing for the person who clipped it. That way you get those small little short bursts of what's going on in the channel. But the main thing what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, highlight reels and clip reels. So if we play a game like we did recently with Demon's Souls, or maybe Resident Evil 8, we will take the best moments from those game playthroughs and we'll condense them down into 1, maybe 2 sets of highlight reels. Things that are longer, kind of like Demon's Souls and whatever, they might end up being 2, or depending how many clips we get, how much footage we end up using. It'll kind of dictate how many videos we end up using. Now, because although YouTube is a great way for discoverability, another extra element is that it is an element of monetization for myself. So I would be stupid. I mean, I am pretty damn stupid as it is, but I would be ignorant and very unprofessional not to take advantage of YouTube. And you know what? I think there's a lot of people who keep up to date with the community by what's going on with my YouTube. So TLDR, I'm no longer going to overburden myself and stretch myself thin by uploading every single day, but we're going to upload less frequently, but the stuff we upload will be far more meaningful. and have a lot more effort put into it. Because think about it this way. When I was uploading a video a day, I could put no time into editing and refining them. So they'd be shoddy as hell. You know, the editing would be terrible. So the content we put up now will have far more substance to it, far more value to it. And it'll mean that I don't overtax myself with trying to do too much in such a small space of time. The way I'm kind of picturing this right now is by the time July comes, or next month sometime, that's when it's going to start officially. I might start uploading 1 or 2 videos here or there before that, but it'll be 1, maybe 2 clips of the week and a highlight reel. I'm going to aim to get, 1, 2, 3 videos a week, 1 or 2 clips of the week, and then every 2 weeks, a highlight reel or a clip reel. I suppose that's really what most people do, isn't it? Am I just doing normal content? Have I been going about this wrong the entire time? Well, what do you know? Common sense isn't aversion to me. And, of course, to complement all that, we still have Twitch going on. Twitch has been kicking off a lot for me recently, especially with the new tags, especially with me being more myself. And you know what? VR chat is still going to be a big thing on this channel. We have become an official variety channel. We are playing so many different things. And I know that there are still people out there who are tuning in for Warframe content. Fair play. But we are playing a range of different things. VR chat tends to be the thing we fixate on because this is the kind of hub that allows us to mingle together. There are so many people within our community who use VR chat just to get in, have a bit of a banter, and then we go exploring some worlds, or maybe we just do some events of some kind, or whatever else. It's a fun environment that you are all welcome to join us. And the great thing about VR chat is you don't need a VR set to join. You can play desktop mode and still have a good conversation with us. So that's kind of where our content is for the time being. To complement that as well, you might be curious as to why I'm using this avatar as opposed to one of my own. Well, this avatar, it kind of represents a decent look towards how I think Makari is, the black sclera, the horns. I mean, if everything was purple instead of red, I'd be happy, but hey, pickers can't be choosers. I do, however, have a couple of models of my own coming soon. So you will see a 3D Makari that has been built from the ground up, ready to go in the near future. So keep your eyes peeled for those, because I think I might even be able to use those as Vtuber models. You may have also noticed that I've been adding a bunch of new better Twitch TV emotes on Twitch. Like, the Twitch channel in particular has been going through massive leaps and bounds, and I can only encourage you to come and join us. And as we start rebranding our YouTube, I hope you stick with us for the process as well. So, with that being said, guys, thank you to those who've stuck through me over the transitionary period of me transitioning and the transition of my YouTube and the rebranding of everything. Thank you so much for supporting me. I would not have been able to make this my full-time job without such care and support and love from this amazing community. So, without any further ado, thank you, enjoy the rest of your day, and if you have any questions for me specifically, please leave them in a comment down below. And enjoy the rest of your time, my friends. Enjoy the summer! I'm gonna go to the beach finally. COVID's over, sort of, kind of. Get your jabs. Anyway, see you in the next video. Ta-ra!